Welcome back, everyone. We are going to be kicking things off here with the very first map. It's Monte against sAw here in a lower bracket semi-final. Of course, there's a lot on the line. And right already here, over on the very first map, look at the pace of which sAw is looking to conquer middle.
Yeah, already just jumping straight into this. Monte just going to be demolishing them, though. Sorry, left in a 1v3. This is going to be difficult for him.
Peeking right around the pillar. Of course, now position has been compromised. Does land an amazing shot, but not before DemQQ already comes in to help out the team. Monte, therefore, they take the pistol.
That was actually a almost team ace. I think Boris... Actually, no. Yeah, it was the team ace. That is absolutely fantastic. And I appreciate how sAw were playing so aggressive on that front. They have got the advantage going on from the T side, so I expect to see more of that aggressive positions for them. They have opted to go into this pistol round. Obviously not having the money from the bomb going down. It's going to be rather tight, so just a couple of upgraded pistols for them, which makes sense. Oh, wait, what? That is nuts.
I'm not
How much? That's 160 damage pretty much across for a single nade.
That is insane. I couldn't even see where that was thrown. I would assume maybe middle.
You'd imagine so. I'm not sure where else it could be. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, another attack for the smoke here, and that's instantly 3 players super low. Now Just is already pushed up close. Gonna decide to drop into water though. Try to contest instead. But of course, the weapons that are up on the table for Monte have the upper hand. So this should be relatively easy to clean up, especially now 2 players remaining all extremely low. They're just taking their sweet time though, because you can see the CTs are very eager to push. So maybe still something can get out of it, but absolutely not. It's a nice clean round coming out of Monte that solidifies their economy as well a bit. And now, first buy up on the board. And what's going to be coming out of the bag?
Side. Story being the AWP player for sAw. He was absolutely fantastic last night across multiple games, so I'm excited to see what he's going to be pulling out the bag. But for now, solid amount of utility across the board here for sAw. No real upgrades for the side of Monte at the moment. sAw opted in for 2 Galils, 3 AKs. It's going to be working very well for them. As we dive into this next round. Third round, bonus round. Let's see if Monte are able to convert this.
Again, where do these nades end up flying?
Oh, I see. It's from headshot.
Insane.
It's from headshot into water.
Oh, that is really sick. I mean, it has been very effective already. Now 2 rounds. So maybe, you know, instead of, I mean, it's not necessarily that they're very aggressive, but maybe next round they have to wait it out instead. Now, instantly trying to take charge of this site. Good smoke up in heaven. That will deny some vision for the time being, but instantly responds with that Molotov. At the moment, though, this is looking a lot better, but SDY still hanging on. Looking for an upgrade. Does get an EM4 instead. Now, Krasnal trying to crunch them right up on the side, and so far, so good. The numbers are favoring Monte again.
Oh, through the smoke and Warrow on the story. I thought sAw had that in the bag there, Vilas, but no, they let go of it. And that's a really smart nade at that start. And honestly, I think that made the difference. It left a couple of players tagged down heavy at the start. And it just allowed these lower level guns to be able to push on through. They had an MP9 that did some damage along with the FAMAS. And that's a really smart set of nades. And considering this team has been just dominating this map so far this year in the season, it makes sense that they have these kind of gameplay tactics to come through. And chucking those nades through that window, having 2 people do it as well, is super impressive. It's kind of, if you think about the anti-boost strat on Overpass, where you throw 2 nades over on B, it's similar to that kind of play, but even more damaging, because if you're sAw, you want to play aggressive over towards A early if you want to play onto A.
Yeah, but now it's a bit risky. Are they going to be doing that, you know, more than once? So are they going to be waiting it out? Did they continue, or do they now instead? They actually do have quite a relatively good B spawn here. So they might opt to do a little bit something different this time around. But this is great, because Monte's already off to a good start. Of course, the conditioning slowly starting to take place as well. Now we do have, once again, one player who is out there, and Nate being thrown into middle. It does a bit of damage, not as much, of course, as the previous round, but look at this, because once again, fast-paced aggression comes out. SDY grabs his gun just in time. He's good for a second kill, almost a third. I am not sure how he did that. He is still alive and now has the backup of Woro dropping the bomb as well.
This is sAw trying their best, but if they're not careful, if they don't take a moment to breathe, they may end up tilting themselves. This is going to be dangerous territory for them because Monte are just batting them away like flies. I mean, obviously, the last round they managed to get into A and did a fantastic job. This time they push up in towards that mid, and SDY is just like, yeah, no. Ooh. Good start. Roman.
Very nice cleanup. All right, so okay, they keep a hold of things. It got scary for a good second. Still good ways to open things up over toward the middle. A little struggling a little bit though against the M4s. This opening, this is what made the difference. SDY getting almost 3 kills, gaining so many players advantage. And with that, you can just sort of, focus on that single choke point because you have bomb control. And with that, they continue to set the pace. It's 4-0. Back to the pistols now for sAw.
An early Molotov from sAw trying to cut off and gain entrance in towards Connector. But Boris is there, denies him the ability to be able to do anything.
Oh, okay. Well, Roman did get a cheeky pistol kill in for a second, but obviously too much CT force present to actually make something work. But now for sAw, Story will bring out an AWP on the flip side. Let's see what he can do with that one.
Yeah, AWP Story. So yesterday, Velas, he was playing it like a shotgun at times, playing very aggressive and pushing into like toilet zone on overpass, on nuke. He was just charging in, being very balls to the wall, as it were. So I'm intrigued to see how he's going to play this as we dive into a fairly aggressive round from Monte as they push down in towards that connector area. A little bit of a slower round. Actually anticipated. I thought Monte were going to be able to go head on and headstrong with sAw. But it wasn't the case. And as we were saying, this is a T-sided map, and at the moment, 5-0, Monte are looking good. Let's see if they're going to be able to carry this on.
They take things very, very slow. They've used a couple of pieces of util towards A, so you can see that there is actually a large chunk of attention from Monte up on that A side, but they're also very eager to perhaps see if they can push it. Not sure if it will be in time, because sAw is slowly starting to set up for this B take. So for a bit of fire there to deny some presence in towards dark, and now actually an opening in favor of Monte. Again, that's 2 kills. And that's those players over in water out. There is still a Story who can pick them up. Oh no, but a missed shot. That is a very crucial one to be missing. And that's the second one as well. The CT side just comes alive once again. And sAw is struggling to find the answers.
If you could see my face right now, just shock and awe, jaw hit the desk. That's not the Story we saw yesterday. Unable to hit those shots, but Mutrus, he is an IGL that can frag with the rest of us. This is definitely a little bit of a concern. sAw 0-6, and a Mutrus that only wants to survive there. He's going to have very little money in the bank now, thanks to being able to survive. So I'd expect to see a buy come out on this front, although there are a couple of players there with sub 4,000, so it's not really ideal. Pause does come through. I imagine this is a tactical pause from sAw. A bit of conversation with the IGL and coach, trying to decide on how they actually best approach this, because they've had some good opportunities to go in for these executes here, Velas, but they've just not been able to cash them in because Monte have just been able to bat them away. They like that mid approach they did with Roman And I can't quite recall. I think it was Ujox who made their way down and tried to get some counter frags and found 3, but Monte still managed to survive that with only losing 3 players.
Yeah. And I'm honestly not too sure what happened with, because they knew there were 2 CTs pushing from A into water, so they had the perfect position to try and catch them, but I'm not sure if it's panic or if it's starting to get into their heads, but just fairly easy shots being missed like that. You know, you can't afford those mistakes, not, in best of 3 series with stakes this high.
Interested to see the tactic that's gone on here. Roman's the only one who's opted in just for a pistol. Does seem like it's going to be an execute over towards A, though. Fast incoming.
Still committing. DemQQ lining up. Potential grenade. Needs to be careful, though, of his back. And actually gets that kill. Still struggling to fight more. But actually gets Roman as well. That is a very important frag to be getting. And now, as the CTs come to front from middle, the eyes are certainly upon them. But once again, the Angel seems to be won by the CTs. It's Story trying to fight. But, again, it's not going to be working out. It's just Monte on a roll, having, well, almost the lead secured with 7 rounds. Insane.
Yeah, that is horrible to see from the side of sAw, because Monte are just destroying them on the aim battles, as you were saying. Roman saving that money. He's managed to buy an AWP up for Story, so they've all got armor. They've got a decent amount of utility, a little bit restricted on the 3 other players there, on just Roman and Story. So they've only got 3. I think, no, you know what? They have got 5 flashes, so I'll give them a chance on that front. They're going to be able to take some head-ons rather than having to go in dry. I think it's going to be down to Story if he comes alive with this AWP or not, or if he stays sort of sitting in the rear end of the match, because none of them really have been particularly good on these aim duels. Even Mutrus with those 4 kills, we saw towards the end of that last round, he just missed shot after shot, where if he'd hit those, it would have been a whole different story for his team. So a little bit of a difficult one. And Monte are going to be going into an exploratory mission.
Oh. Again, great execution. They flash out. And with that, great opening kill. They have a bit of information. Didn't really spot anyone else. Now, there is still a Murderess who is lurking around that area and instead focus on water. Aurora 2K with his ult. Certainly good for a kill, but an immediate trade. And now the pressure is going to be on. Murderess gets a kill of his own. Now Cressnell on the side, not that many bullets left, but still swinging left and right, trying to buy the team some time. And now DemQQ is over here and makes it a 2v1.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, charging with that Glock is going to cost them that. They managed to get the kill, but unfortunately leaving himself, like, as in Story, exposed to that Palace position, which ended up dropping the bomb and dropping the potential round. Good recovery from Monte. It was looking pretty scary from them. A lot of missed shots. Saw maybe being a little bit more confident after that round. 8-0, Fearless. This is...
Yeah, I am not sure what I am seeing. It's weird. It's really weird. I mean, obviously we knew that this map on paper is very much favoring Monte. But this on their CT side being so dominant is... Yeah, it's really odd to see.
Especially with the fact that, oh, double nade going to be coming through. That is exactly what we'll be seeing for them. Recovery of a rifle. But just quickly, I mean, sAw got 0 rounds on their CT side last time they faced off, so this is extraordinarily dangerous for them.
Immediately a bit of a reposition. I like this boost over the smoke, so to make sure that at least, mid to A is not compromised. And so instead slow it down. Aware of potential pushes and flanks to come about. We have a player, DemQQ here. It's pushed close into water. There is a player also about to come from above. So maybe a kill to be getting.
Oh, they managed to find it. Sorry.
Very important. That is crucial, because now they have 2 rifles. Where 2K is already present, though. Left Mature is here. Oh, alright. Gets Roman instead. Yeah, this is looking very, very sharp. Now, one more. Not exactly where he is, and of course he lands that. It is Monte who just seem unbeatable right now. It is so difficult to come and crush through it, but it's insane that a round with a couple of upgraded pistols does better perhaps than a rifle round for sAw.
Yeah, it's a bit of a telling sign that perhaps they're too concerned when they've got full buy, they're too worried in their heads about losing this, so I am very concerned. This is kind of the situation we saw last night on their T side on Overpass, and I'm just kind of having flashbacks, and it's definitely a concern. Bit of an aggressive play from Monte, pushing out over towards B at the moment.
Alright, okay. Look at the aggression that is coming out. Uh-oh, well, I guess now he does. Here we go. Okay, he cleans it up. He makes sure that, you know, there's still no player advantage in favor of sAw. But with that, also the plan of trying to go aggressive in towards B, that has been denied for the time being. Instead, you have to play off side again.
Good recovery, but angles should have been chased. But you know what, that's fairly common. I think over towards B, it's kind of easy to pass each other like ships in the night. Again, another push down through that connector position.
No flashes, and that makes it relatively easy here for DemonQQ to just continue to peek. It's only a smoke up in heaven, but there's no one there. And that means 2 players advantage now for Monte once again, dictating the pace and already coming in from behind. The pace is been dictated by the CT side. And, well, now you have Futurist. Yeah, I've played out A or B, guys. But now the bomb is dropped. Maybe he can still do something, but the time is low. The bomb is in a very tricky spot to recover. And now very low as well. This is looking like his end. Nade wasn't even necessary. It was a nice idea, though. But double digits already here for Monte. What a hell of a start.
I swear to God, if this goes 16-0...
Oh, no. don't, now you've jinxed it.
I mean, I just don't see sAw being able to bring it back on their CT side. It's going to be a massive struggle. Like most teams are going to be struggling on the CT side. The fact that this is going so well for Monte is going to be filling with so much confidence. So they're going to have this momentum-filled energy, which is super dangerous to let a team have. If you can try to disturb it, fantastic. We jump into another pistol round here. A couple of bits of extra utility, and
that smoke it very far away. It gives yourself a bit of wiggle room still to continue to go for these kills. Nice nade as well. Alright, Tech 9, Roman still does live up. So, at the end of the day, there is still a 2v3 scenario, but the bomb, of course, being dropped makes it difficult once again. Now leaving Roman all by himself. Does have an AK. Continues to get smoked off.
Finding that kill is massive. Krasnot losing his head. Roman, one of the star players I mentioned from last night. Unfortunately, not going to be able to hold it together. Getting backstabbed there. There was too many options for him.
Wait. They didn't pick up the AWP. Alright, I guess it's not necessary.
Yeah,
they have so much money.
Yeah.
I was just surprised that SDY just kept the AUG instead. Because it was right beneath his feet. But it is all good. You know, 11 rounds, doesn't matter. There's money for days. Right now, sAw have once again a buy up on the table. It is still funny though, how every time they're up on a bunch of Tech 9s, I think like, oh well, maybe there's some potential. But now when it comes to having AKs and an AWP on board, it sometimes feels a bit quiet. Now, good flash coming out, and they line up. They weren't even necessarily blind, but they just weren't expecting a push.
Yep. They had to look away for a moment, looked back, and they were dead. I would also say that was a missed piece of utility from the side of sAw. Oh, shot coming out from Worry, does miss it. The second one's going to be coming through, but just to finish my point there, they missed the molly over towards the mid position. That's going to cost them dearly.
Yeah, once again, it's a clean round coming out of Monte, not even losing a single player. And again, even after having quite some reinvestments on the back of the previous round, the money is just back up on the table. And they don't have to worry about a single thing. I don't think they have to worry about a single thing for the entirety of the remaining of this map. Unless sAw can do something, but it needs to happen now. Or else, well, yeah. We're already very close to victory.
But they've got their pistols, so I'm sure we're feeling confident about sAw's potential escapades coming into this. And it's always pretty damning if you are going to be looking better on your pistols, especially when your AWP's only got 3 kills. He's had the AWP twice, I think, and no, 3 times, and he's been unable to get... I want to say he's maybe got 1 kill with it at a stretch. So he's he's looking fairly down for on this front, and the spray comes through it. Oh, it's a 2K. I thought it was a 3K.
Yeah, Warra came to help out as well with a kill of his own. Oh, all right. Deagle says hello, but again, it's only good for 1. Very little impact again on the side of sAw. Now, once again, a test is yet to come. There is a bit of... Alright, yeah, there is wiggle room to buy up an AWP. So they're going to be investing it into it once again. Something needs to change. Maybe try and boost over the smoke into middle again. See if Monte is going to be overstepping. But we have actually seen quite a lot of times that the AWP is playing relatively passive towards A, just waiting for a push there, but usually they don't push into A. Alright, okay, wait, hold on. Maybe this can be the round, actually.
Yeah, there's none of those early nades as well from Monte this time round, so they have an opportunity. Warrior's going to be holding with the AWP. See if this execution is going to work for them.
Ooh, Warrior did get a kill, them QQ as well. But now openings have been created. 1-for-1 has been the trait fest here when it came down to A. Now bomb being planted, and suddenly a good chance that sAw could pick up their very first round. Muturus is here to deal with the rotation coming through, but instantly taken out. Boros has been so clean. 14 kills, only 7 deaths. 2 KD for him. And look at this. They are just executing this to perfection. The nade, and now it's only just, and they know exactly where the bomb is planted for. They know that he's in long, and especially right now, he's good for at least a kill. That means the time will start to tick. But the util that is still up on the table, can it be enough in order to deal with the CTs? Oh, there's so little time. I don't think Monte can have this one. But still, they managed to get all of the kills that will keep the money low for sAw here. So yes, you have a victory, but still the round to come after will be tough.
Yeah, low money going into this next round. Well, mid money, around 4K average across all the players. Does mean they're going to have to opt in for sub buys. Obviously, a couple of Glils, a Mac 10 here or there. Honestly, I don't think that's the end of the world. We did see Story Match pick up 1 kill with his AWP. That's a big cost for a gun that costs nearly 5 grand. And he's not really been playing the best with it. That's something that an AK could probably have pulled off. So I'm excited to see if they manage to pull that off into this one with the Mac 10 playing aggressive straight into the AWP.
Up now, Flash is there. Of course, he hears that. Just pre-fires right through the smoke. For free, switches to the pistol. All right, that one doesn't quite go his way, but then he gets back up. So this is fine. 14-1, and well, an incredible first half for Monte. And can sAw do something over in the second half? Find out after this. What is this?
dry erase. I'm doing what I can to fuel the flame like a fireplace. To make a bunch of money, buy my mama a fireplace. We make incredible songs to celebrate and get mad lit. Once upon a time in Hollywood, I'm like Brad Pitt. My homies say I live a life, yeah, just a tad bit. Learning how to move in this rap shit. I told them that the bar raising, we keep moving it up. And no surprises here, they knew it was us. Apologies if I was doing too much, but I always came through in the clutch. A off game don't mean I'm losing my touch. And no excuses, I ain't using a crutch. Apologies if I was doing too much, but I always came through in the clutch.
All right, we jump back into the second half. 14-1. sAw are being absolutely dismembered. We're going to be seeing an aggressive play from Monte.
Oh, wow, look at this. Okay, dualies are up, just got a kill. And now a bit of back and forth, down into middle. SD White grabbed here. Good kill, but can Monte continue? Of course, SD White being quite low. They're going to be grouping up here. Slowly lurking about towards the entrance of B. And the Ujax is then the one to try and deliver. Up in water, just jiggling around the corner. There is still 2 flashes. I'm not sure if Monte's just going to be walking out dry here. Looks to be. And they actually can do so. Now, the timing upon Ujax is actually working into their favor. Now the flashes come about. But no, instead, the peek comes through. And it is sAw here who grabs their pistol. Very nice recovery. I mean, hopefully they can get settled in right now. This is, of course, very important. They denied a bomb plant completely. So this is good, but there is still a lot chunker rounds to make up for.
Yeah, they're going to have to try and get, well, ideally 15 rounds in a row, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But never say never. There's a chance something happens here. Boris chucking off an early decoy, wasting a little bit of cash in the bank. Their buy is a bit of a forced one here. Well, it is a forced one. Galil on deck. I'm a bit concerned for sAw coming into this. They've obviously got no safety net at all. They can't afford to drop the ball whatsoever. I am glad to see Famises and MP9s onto this. It means that they're going to be playing a lot with utility going into this round. They're trying to respect Monte the best they can.
Boost over the smoke. I like this idea. But they're being a little bit too passive perhaps for their liking. Now Flash comes on through. And there is a good couple of trades, but at the end of the day, it is still hanging on. Aurora also quite low. SDY now taken out, and suddenly it is only 2 Deagles left here to clear the job. Both of them split up, in fact, as well, with a lost bomb over towards mid. So far from ideal here for Monte. You're suddenly, of course, also starting to wonder, what is the plan going to be? Because you invested super hard into this. Ideally, you want to see if you can do damage, but, well, it's going to be absolutely nothing. Just a single kill taken for Monte. Obviously, it was a bit of a risky force buy, considering their bomb plant, meaning no money, and the best they had was a Galil. But that one, yeah, pretty much instant taken out.
Good round from sAw. That's what we want to be seeing from them going into this. Decent upgrades across the board for their guns. Money-wise, they've also got a couple of players with over 2k in their banks. So they're going to be able to save a little bit of money for the next round if they do suffer some losses, which is what you want to see. Trying to control that economy, which they're going to have to stay on top of here, Veerless, pretty much every round if they want a chance of being able to keep Monte at bay. And classically, this is a T-sided map, but obviously Monte going so ham, getting 14 rounds undisturbed on pretty much on their side. On CT, it's pretty scary for sAw.
Make a lot of noise over towards middle, of course. Still guarding this drop weapon, which I think is smart, knowing, of course, that Monte want to see if they can hunt for it. And that means a lot of eyes are up on this B site. And they surely are right. Monte setting up. Ujerk's at least grabbing that Galil. That's not going to be recovered, but the Deagles certainly are on point. So are the Galils. 2 kills coming through from Ujerk's. But not before more damage has been done. And now the bomb planet being planted, it will be denied. And now what more can Dem QQ and SDY do? Right through the smoke. It's a very fast and aggressive position. Right now, with the bomb being dropped to you, get absolutely sandwiched. It was a nice effort from Monte. Good attempt. But once again, sAw continuing to add a couple of rounds to the table. And, well, off to a good start. But can they continue once Monte get upon that 4-buy?
It's definitely really scary with how close that was to SDY as well. Being that final play with the Deagle, it's not really what you want to be saying or facing off against. 2v1, pushed against the wire. Orp is going to be coming out for Story. He completely failed and stumbled with AWP on the T side. This time round, he's got a bit of an advantage being on the CT side. Ooh, early nade coming out, but DBQ read that like a book. He plays up on towards that upper position and backs off on the damage. So this kind of knowledge from Monte is really useful. They know that, okay, we chuck these nades, they're probably going to be used against us. Let's make sure we don't take the early damage, especially on their first proper buy round here. Still a lot of utility on their side that they can go and execute for. All the utility on Mutrus and Vermin have been used.
At the moment, 2 towards A couple of people trying to make something work off of middle once these smokes do fade. Suddenly things all made a little bit harder here for the CT side. Definitely a lot of vision being denied for the time being. And therefore, Monte can just sort of roam around and look for an opening. Then they have Dem QQ, who is then in charge of the lurk into water. Most likely going to try and catch a rotation, as the rest now is going to be executing on this B side. Smokes are lining up along with flashes. Doesn't really blind just, so he can continue to fight right beside the site. Oh.
Fantastic
Alright.
plays. But not for long, though. Sorry, the AWP flicks on, gets the kill. Roro is going to be falling. Veerless, I mean, Story finally has a, well, story to tell, as it were, with the AWP. He comes alive in the last couple of moments, exactly when his team needed him to. A lot of economy damage done, but still recoverable for sAw here. Monte, really good attempts for their first proper buy here on their T side. Now we go into a pistol round. These have been dangerous, especially from saw's perspective. So I'm excited to see if Monte are going to be able to pull anything out the bag with these. As we have a look at the economy, they're trying to save some money into the next round so they can go in for the full buy, as they have got the round loss bonus working in the favor, because they're currently 5 rounds down at the moment, so full round loss bonus is in effect. On the other side of things, you can have a look at the economy on sAw. It's really not looking fantastic, as I sort of mentioned a couple of rounds ago. They are going to be struggling if they're not careful, but execute is in effect.
Gen flashes are up, and so are the smokes. I love this pre-fire for the smoke. Good chunk of damage upon Just, who had to fall back. And suddenly, bomb being planted. That means retake is on, and it's actually a 3 versus 5.
This is not a situation you want to be in if you're sAw. You're looking so confident coming into this. Losing this one round means that you have to either play into overtime or, well, lose the map in a convincing fashion. And they are going to go for the save. So this means they're going to be playing on the knife's edge.
Yeah, for sure. That means, once again, 10 rounds will be separating these two teams. It's a lot of pressure to be playing on the... But I do understand it, because you can see the money on some of the players. Story, oh, look at this. It's only 19 and 1800 for them in the bag. Maybe then, FAMAS and another M4 can be dropped. It's maybe going to come at a sacrifice for extra utility. But it's very, very rough right now. And Monte within reach of taking home the first map.
I mean, if you're sAw at the moment, you're kind of wondering what the hell has happened. Obviously, this map, they were not looking too confident going into it. And just thinking back on what the coach was saying to me last night. Oh, Story. He peeks into that, the dry, 0 advantage. Well, straight up disadvantage, and Boros, he gets one and jerks with another.
Monte continues to show skin, actually, both on middle and towards B. And then Krasnov being so far pushed up is scary. At least Ujos grabs that double. That is crucial. Immediate trade, though, up on the table, so it makes it still a 2-on-2. A lot of control taken when it comes towards B because of that positioning of Krasnov. But they have to use pretty much all the U2 in order to get this bomb down. But on the flip side of the CTs, there's also not that much left to work with. Are they going to be predicting this push from behind, though? Yes, they are, and this is great. They could go towards A, but they're a bit paranoid. And maybe a rotation had already been coming into play, and so it is. Roman waiting around the corner. And who will be the patient one here?
This is kind of the map you have to play. Oh, he plays straight into it. No, Roman! He dies, and that's going to be the end of this first map in such convincing fashion for Monte, just to absolutely destroy and demoralize the opposition sAw. I can see why their coach was completely hesitant on playing against Monte, calling them